Hi, this is Mr. Cardoso, and in this video we are going to look at a discussion and introduction to Boolean variables. So let's get right into it here. Just a little review. We've seen some Boolean variables already, other variables already. So like for example, we can make integer variables that store numbers. We can make doubles that store decimals or numbers as well, just without the decimals. We have strings that can store letters and characters strung together. Okay, so now we have a Boolean variable, and the Boolean variable can only take on values true and false. Okay, that's the only values that a Boolean variable can take on. So Boolean, for example, can vote. So we can make that variable, and can vote can only be true, and notice how true turns blue. It's a keyword. Or can vote can be false. Okay, so we cannot say can vote equals 5. Okay, we'll get an error because Boolean variables can only take on true and false. Well, if they can only take on true and false, then the question becomes, why are they useful, or how can we use them? So we can make Boolean statements. For example, I can make an integer variable called age, and let's say that the age is 19. Okay, so that could be read in from the user. So please enter your age, and the user could give us the age of 19, and we can store it in this variable age. But I'm just for brevity here, I'm putting that number 19 into age. Now I can say, Boolean can vote equals or gets. In this case, this one equal sign is gets, and that's why we call that gets, because we are going to have this other equals. When we have double equal sign, that means something else. Okay, so this Boolean variable gets the value of the result of this. So we can do a comparison now. So we can say age greater than 18. And here are all the symbols up here in case you forget. This is the greater than sign. Okay, this is the less than sign. This is greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, and not equal to. And this one is if we want to check to see if they're equals themselves. So if I do this now, let's come back here into the interactions panel. If I check if age is greater than 19, well, what's the value of age? Right now the value of age is 19. Is 19 greater than 18? Yes, it is. So it does this right-hand side first. Because this evaluates, this is true, this evaluates to true. So then what happens is can vote gets the value of true. So if I press enter here, and let's see what's inside can vote, and we see that true is inside there. Well, what if we take can vote and give it something that's false? So we can give it something. So this is again gets, this one equal sign. Can vote gets age is less than 18. Sorry, 18. So what if age is less than 18? This is the less than sign again. So again, we haven't changed the value of age. It's still 19. Is 19 less than 18? Hopefully you're answering no to that question. So because that answer is no, this evaluates to false, and then our can vote Boolean variable gets the value of false. So if I type that out to see what's inside, and you can see that there is a false now inside can vote. Well, there are other, just to take you through these other ones, and of course these Boolean variables are often used in if statements. So some of you might have seen if statements before, but we'll discuss that in the next video lesson. So that's where they're mostly used, the Boolean variables, and also in loops, which we'll discuss in the next unit. So let's take you through just the rest of these. What if we want to check if the age is exactly equal to one value? So we can say can vote equals age, or gets I should say, age equals 18. So in this case it looks very confusing. Let's study this line very carefully. Okay, again, this is the assignment part of it. So this is done last. This is saying the Boolean variable can vote gets the result of this comparison. So again, what's the value of age? The value of age is 19. We haven't changed that. Okay, so this is 19. Is 19 the same as 18? Hopefully you're saying no. So this is going to evaluate to, hopefully you guessed it, false. Okay, so if I print out can vote now, I get false. Okay, now what if I change age? Let's change our int variable age. Let's change it to 18. Okay, and now let's try that line one more time. Age is 18 now. We just changed the value. Age is 18. And is 18 equal to 18? Let's print it out. And we get true because 18 is the same as 18. So then we get that. That's true. And can vote gets the value of true. So again, notice how this line can be tricky because we have a single equal sign and then we have double equal sign. This one is the comparison, and then this one is the assignment into that variable. Okay, we can take you through the other variables, the other sort of comparison signs. So let's say we want to do something only when the age is not equal to 18. So I can say age not equal to 18. So let's see what happens here. Our age is actually 18. So when we try to evaluate this, again, right hand side first, when we try to evaluate this, 18 is not equal to 18. Sorry, 18 is actually equal to 18. So this evaluates to false because age is 18. It's not equal to 18. If it was any other value, if it was 19 or 30 or 55 or 2, this would evaluate it to true. But because it is 18, this evaluates to false. So if I type out can vote, I get false here. If I assign age to be 20, for example, and then I do the same line again, can vote will be true. Okay, so that's the thing there, is that that's how the not equal to sign works. It's the reverse of the equals up here. Okay, the other ones will work just the same. Okay, it's just that if it's greater than or equal to, then this will evaluate to true, or less than or equal to. So this one gives you a little bit more options. So this is just exactly how you would think it would work in math. The one more thing I just want to discuss before I end this video is when you're naming your Boolean variables. So typically, notice how I've named this variable. It's sort of like a question, can vote. So you can do this when you're naming Boolean variables. You typically name them like a question. So I can name a Boolean variable, is player 1 turn, something like that. So let's say we had a game where a Boolean variable helped us keep track of whose turn it was, and if this Boolean variable is player 1 turn true, then you know it's player 1's turn. If it was false, then you know, okay, it's not player 1's turn, so it must be player 2's turn if it was a 2-player game. So that's how you could use a Boolean variable. And so we start the Boolean variable with, is or can, because it's going to evaluate to true or false. It's sort of like a question. So that's a good programming style when you're naming Boolean variables. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that video lesson.